Welcome everybody to another edition of Andre's Basketball World channel episode. I don't even know what to call these no more. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You can call it a podcast if you want to, but I make them podcasts at least a 30 minutes or an hour long, so I'm not gonna call it a podcast. But make sure you guys hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Pretty please. That'll be wonderful. That will help me out. That will let me know you guys are still interested in anything I'm talking about when it comes to basketball related stuff. But today we have to have discussion. Today's discussion that we're going to be talking about, as you can read the title, it is the end of Joel Embiid's 76ers era. Yes. I definitely believe this. A lot of things has happened, not only from this year, but from the past in general that I want to discuss with you guys. And reason why I said that the Joel Embiid era is finished with. So sit back, relax. Let's talk about it. Let's first talk about Joel Embiid being drafted. When Joel Embiid got drafted to the 76ers, he missed his first 2 seasons with injury, right? So it's already going to be injury concern with Joel Embiid. He was going to be one of those guys that he might have a short prime because of injury. Cool. We've seen players bounce back from injuries so many times throughout NBA history, right? And we can't burn it down yet, Chad. Not yet. I'll tell you about it. But when he did play, he played in the 2016-2017 NBA season. And what he did was, first game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, ironically, against us, he played good. He played really well. He was really good. He was able to hit threes. He was able to hit the mid-range and stuff. I was like, okay, so this is what this is what they tank for. Granted, he only played, I believe it was either between 32 to 34 games that year, but you saw the potential. You saw the potential in Joel Embiid. And then with Joel Embiid, they was also able to add in Ben Simmons. They was also able to get Markelle Fultz later on. And then this team went from we're tanking to let's make a playoff run. Cool. You see what your superstar player looks like, you start doing that. So 2018, they got into the playoffs for the first time. They got past the first round. I'm pretty sure they played against Miami in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Played against Miami in the first round. They beat Miami. Cool. Lost in the second round. I think that was against Boston that year, I think. Okay, cool. Did good. You went farther than you're supposed to. Cool. We see some stuff that we need to change about the team. Let's move forward. So 2019 comes around. 2019, major changes to the team. Markelle Fultz is not working out as well as they wanted to. Trade him off the team. Got JJ Redick. Got Jimmy Butler. Add in Tobias Harris. This team went from we might just be a regular season team, we might just be a playoff team right now, to we're championship contenders. Hey, once again, wonderful work. That happens. They got bounced out in the second round. Game 7, buzzer beat a shot by Kawhi Leonard. Amazing shot. Probably won't ever happen again type deal. Cool. All right. Not to panic. There's no reason to panic. Why is this the niggas to panic? It was right there on a cups of it. We just lost to pretty much a lucky bounce, a lucky shot. Cool. Once again, that's all cool. The off season, that's where it started going downhill for the era. You let Jimmy Butler walk. You kept Tobias Harris. You brought in Al Horford. Now we went from a team that we had a lot of space in and some good defenders. I mean, Ben Simmons is a great defender. Jimmy Butler was a nice, perfect wing defender. And then you had Joel Embiid to control the paint. That sounds 3 great defenders right there. JJ Redick can shoot the threes. Tobias Harris can hit the he can stretch the floor out. Cool. And then you had the bench threat. Cool. You went from that to let's get Al Horford. Well, if Al Horford's playing, that means Tobias Harris is playing out of his position that he needs to play, that he needs to be playing. Now we're in trouble. And pretty much that's what ended up happening. They didn't have a good year. Then COVID hit also for that 2020 season. Not only that, but Ben Simmons missed the first round and they got bounced out in the first round. Not going to blame them. Injuries, COVID, whatever. 2021 is really the highlight of it starting to truly go down after that. Because in the second round against the Atlanta Hawks, that team just didn't perform. I don't know why. That last games or so, they just did not perform like they should have. That playoff championship level teams should be playing like. And with that being said, since that did not happen, they lost second round. So if you're keeping track, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 they have not reached the conference finals minimal. All right. Now, break. And then, all right, that's fine. So let's go ahead to the next round, to the next year. The next year, now Ben Simmons don't want to play basketball. Well, why does he want to play basketball, Andre? The fan base was tired of him. The players are tired of him. The coach didn't have his back. A lot of issues started popping up where he didn't want to play the game of basketball while part of the 76ers. How you doing, Amber? So, with that being said, he had to leave. So with him leaving, they ended up getting James Harden. Okay, now we have to reset again. Now we have a better point guard that can do a lot more stuff than any other player that we can even think of. Right? There you go. I'm gonna use this whole bottle because I'm irresponsible. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, with that being said, now that now we got James Harden, we'll give this one a whatever happens, right? 2022, whatever happens is okay. After that, we move over to 2023. 2023, we start getting more better players and stuff. We're getting better role players. Now we got a full, I like barbecue burgers too. Wait a second. We're starting to do a little bit more of other stuff now. We should be able to get past the second round. They don't. They lose in the second round. And now we're having issues with Harden and Daryl Morey and what Daryl Morey has said to them regarding, what he said to James Harden regarding contracts, regarding money. After that, now we're moving forward. Yes, that's wonderful. After that, moving forward now we have to do something different. What we have to do different is get rid of Harden and add role players. That's what they did. Then, once again, second round exit. Not a playoff team again. None of that happens. Now we're at where we at now. Post injuries, post everything. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
What's up, girls?
So we have all that going on. And now that that's done and over with, we are right now in the trouble of wondering what happens next. Now that Joel Embiid is injured right now, he's not playing back-to-back games. Tyrese Maxey has called him out about his unprofessionalism when it comes to just being out there for training camps and showing up on time for stuff. This is a bunch of everything. You mix that in with Paul George hyperextending his right knee again, so he's not playing as many games as possible. He's struggling, and then you have you have so much stuff going on that that's it. It's the end of the era, and I'm not surprised. He ended up in the off season beforehand. Joel was talking about this, the way the 76ers fans have been talking about him, how much stuff that he sacrificed for the city, and people not appreciating it. Okay, I understand that perfectly. But in the game of basketball, this is what fans are doing. They're focusing on the court product. On a court product, you are an MVP player. You're a player from 2018 up until now has not gotten out of the second round. They don't even know what the conference finals even taste like. You know how many NBA players in history, and I do mean history, you know how many players in NBA history who has never touched an NBA conference finals yet? There's players that can't even they haven't touched the NBA finals, let alone the conference finals. And right now, Joel Embiid in his career with the 76ers has not done that. It's the end. It's the end. Tyrese Maxey is the best player on the team. Jordan, what's his name? Jared McCain, their rookie, fantastic player. Playing too well, quite honestly, I ain't gonna lie. It's too well as a rookie. He's playing fantastic as too. So you got both of these people. These are nice pieces to have to your team already. What's the reason to have Joel Embiid right now? Right now, Joel Embiid, he's holding them back for what they could take the next step into. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't one of the people who said it's probably time to look to trade Joel Embiid. The 76ers might not never do it because they don't think they can get another superstar level player. But you can have a star level player like Tyrese Maxey, another guy next to him, and McCain. We have to assume. I don't like to assume stuff. We have to assume he continued doing this for for the rest of his career. Let's just assume that he's a 22. Let's say he's between the 18 to 25 per game score, along with getting better defensively, getting better playmaking. That's a nice dual backcourt to have for your future if you're the 76ers. The Paul George experiment so far is bad. I don't know why they gave him that much money. I would never give him that much money. I don't care because Paul George has told everybody beforehand in an interview. He said, and I quote, "I am not the superstar level player that I thought was be. I am not the number one option. I am the number two option. So why did you go out to get a number two option when you have a number two option developing in Tyrese Maxey already? That didn't make no sense to me.
Are you switching them?
Now, with that being said, moving forward, what do? You can't do nothing, right? Shout out to Mr. Chandler here. He said Oklahoma City got that pick, top 6 protected. So even if they wanted to tank for the rest of this year, which I wouldn't do it because that's bad on y'all. You don't go from an MVP level player to I can't even make the playoffs anymore in my prime. That's bad on you. That looks bad on you. It doesn't look bad on because it looks bad on you because now you as the best player can't do that. So if you can't do that, you know what I'm saying? How many players in their absolute prime have missed the playoffs? There's a handful throughout history. Go look. There's been a handful. But if you're able to drag your team to the playoffs, that's what you're supposed to do. That's something Joel Embiid has not. I mean, at this point in time, they are three. They have won 3 games. They're the worst team in the NBA record-wise because of 2 players that they're supposed to depend on. Their MVP player, their superstar level player, has not played as many games. Not only has he not played as many games, he is not healthy enough to play those games. And with him not being healthy enough to play those games, he's also not being able to play back-to-backs this year because of his injury. What are we doing? What are we doing with Joel Embiid? I think I was thinking about this at work. I said Joel Embiid is one of those big men who we wanted to win a championship with as the main guy, as the go-to everything. However, he cannot be that player. He's better off being that number 2, but that elite number 2, which is A-OK. This is the time of era. We'll talk about it in the podcast. That's where he needs to be at. Patrick Huey back in the 90s as New York Knicks superstar center. He was good. He was not better than Hakeem. He was not better than Shaq, David Robinson. It was a lot of centers that he just wasn't better than. He was like the 5th, maybe 6th best center in the NBA, respectively to Patrick Huey. However, they have made to a finals before, 2 finals before underneath his reign. However, at the end of the day, he just wasn't good enough to win that championship for them, getting them over that hump. And once again, that is A-OK. That's what Joel Embiid needs to admit. Joel Embiid is not the player that we all think. We know he's going to get hurt. You have to manage his minutes. You have to manage his time. And with managing all of that, you have to realize that he's going to be one of those players to where you're going to have to add somebody that's better. It's that simple. Maybe he goes out to maybe the New York, not the New York Knicks now. Maybe he should go to Miami, request a trade to Miami. Maybe Miami had to give up. Well, not now. I take that back. Never mind. Not Miami, but he has to play with somebody who's just better than him, just straight up. How many players in the NBA is better than Joel Embiid in 2025? Fully healthy wise. You saw what he did as an MVP player. How many people is better than him? Maybe one, Jokic. But you have to face the facts. He has to face the facts. This era of Joel Embiid was fun. It was adorable. It was cute. It's time to move on. I'm sorry, but you have to move on. There is other options to go to. There is players that are rising while he's sitting pat because of injuries. He gotta go. I know. Y'all don't want to hear that, 76ers fans. I apologize, but y'all don't hear that. I think it's that time to where you remove Joel Embiid from your team. You build around Tyrese and McCain because apparently the man is, you know what, he's awesome. Let's be honest, he's an awesome rookie so far. So I can only imagine how much better he gets. And then Joel needs to figure it out for himself and his career wise what's best for him. Because apparently, leading the NBA in scoring, being the MVP player, doing all this hasn't led to anything. So maybe he needs to reduce his role. Maybe he needs to be just that 20 point per game scorer that plays elite defense, that can rebound with the best of them and be available. Maybe that's more important. Just my personal opinions. My opinions are normally wrong. But you guys let me know down in the comment sections what y'all thinking. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.